Hello, everybody. Welcome to the prediction show for WWE Crown Jewel. Before I start, I want to make a note, and I think it's very important we just have to talk about this. Um, we at GTA Sports Studio, we have decided we are protesting against, again, as we did last time, against the government of um, Saudi Arabia. Um, we do this due to we think it's not right how Saudi Arabia is treating its own civilians, and that's the first place. On the pressing of women, um Sharia law. Uh, if you'll be sentenced to the death penalty if you have, for example, an alternative sex life of a sexual orientation. Sorry about that. All this, and then comes now on the top, of course, the conflict with the killing or well, disappearance. But I think he's murdered, isn't he? Yeah, the murdering of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Yeah, it doesn't make shine really through, and the problem I have with it sounds to me and us, and we're almost certain on that a lot of major companies are closing the eyes of all what's happening in Saudi Arabia for the fact for big money. And that I think is really ridiculous. You can say, of course, like the $1 million man always said everybody has its price, but when it comes closing your eyes for someone who lost for no reason whatsoever his life, or other innocent people are getting hurt or killed in the country due to the ridiculous rules um, of of the government, who is actually playing a bully or even more acting on criminal behavior. Then I think it's wrong. I think we are a GTA Sports Studio. You have to understand we are clearly um, thrive on equal rights and freedom of speech. We are very open about that. We thrive on that. We always say, well, you can always make your comments. We always ask you kindly, uh, always, for example, to keep it to English due to we have to, of course, we have some certain rules, that you don't get in fight or insulting people. That's not what it's about. That you're getting on the same level as Saudi Arabia is doing. That's why I also wanted to do this vlog to let people know what's going on and the reality of Saudi Arabia because it's so wrong in the country. For example, our top journalist Celaya Perone, who is a great asset for GTA Sports Studio. Um, she's openly about she's gay, but for that reason she can't travel to the country because she will put the death penalty, and that is so wrong about the matter. Also, for example, the women on this platform they can't perform due to how they are dressed. People, can you imagine just to get up and you want to get dressed, someone's forcing you what to wear? That is what's going on. And in extremely high value. And it's wrong. You can say as culture. No, it has nothing to do with culture. It's underpressing. And also human rights acts are being violated. That's wrong. Everybody has his human rights. For example, to speak up, say what you're saying. If you go up against, if you say to the government, hey, I don't agree on this law, well, normally say, okay, that is fine. You can protest or you can um, go against it on legal grounds. There you get directly the death penalty. So you have to accept what they're saying. If not, you die. Well, is that fair? No, absolutely not. And that's what we are so protesting against. And we hope with the protesting to reach that goal, to change that over there, that people have more rights. For example, yes, you can say, yeah, but what about the driving license? Yeah, that's true. They allow women to get a driving license, but you have also read the small print. It's not about some woman say, okay, I'm on my driving license, now I go to the driving school. No, first you have to get approval of a male authority. So somebody who is a male, not a female, but a male authority. So how to get that? I don't have a clue. And is that fair? So somebody else still decides over you if you, as a woman down there, if you should get a driver license or not. That is wrong. I think it's if you take up then the driver license, if you want to go drive, take your driver, go ahead, do a driving license. Of course, if you are having medical issues, then I would say, okay, don't do it. That's not so smart because you're causing accidents. Because a driver license, how strange it sounds, is very important. It can create job opportunities. With that, if you don't value validate a woman of getting a driver license, you're taking job opportunities away from her. And that is also wrong again. There's a lot of things we can say. In the world of sports, you can say, yeah, well, it's also important that an athlete has his driver license to locate from one tournament to the other. And that's also needs a driver license. And then you say, yeah, well, women can't really compete on a professional license because it's so hard to get a driver license. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, welcome to the show. I hope you understand our opinion. I hope you support on us. You're welcome. After the weekend, I will print a letter. I'll make sure on our homepage you can go read it. And if you agree on it, you can sign it, and then a week after we will send it to the government of Saudi Arabia, and everybody who signs its name will be on there to force them to change these um, these wrongdoings, and we'll explain to the government why our findings. And of course, we do it in a professional way. We're not going to say, "Yeah, you killer." No, no, we don't. We do stay professional. Anyway, because I think with dialogue and showing diplomacy, then you can come very far in this world. Anyway, welcome to the show. My name is Abbink. I'm reporting for GTA Sports Studio. We're going to talk about Crown Jewel. It's not a really event I'm looking forward to. We'll do cover it, as I said to you, on the protest. I don't suspect much of this event. Um, and if you look at already at the Greatest Royal Rumble, what was held also in Saudi Arabia about half a year ago, it didn't give much backlash after that. You know, the title of the Royal Rumble is already forgotten. You don't see Braun Strowman walking around with it. Anyway, we're going to talk about, and we're starting off with the World Cup. Now, 8 participants. Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, Kurt Angle, Dolph Ziggler, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy, and The Miz. Now, what I think is fun is called the World Cup, and they're all Americans. It's a little bit, you know, I don't think it's a World Cup. It's just called King of the Ring. You know what I mean? That would be more fair. Okay, let's talk about the World Cup. The thing is that who's going to, well, I'm going directly skip to the final, so one from SmackDown and one from Raw. But I think it's going to happen somehow. I see Kurt Angle actually make the final. I really do. Due to with the match with Seth Dean will somewhere interfere because his wife is there anyway. So if my girl went down there, I will directly go there. That's the only reason I will go to Saudi Arabia. But I know my girl won't go there, so I will not go there either. So I see Dev go there. He won't interfere. Seth loses the match. Bobby Lashley. I don't know how. I don't see Bobby Lashley either making it. So Kurt Angle in the final against Rey Mysterio to celebrate his comeback. Now, as I said on SmackDown, if you lose in the final, you don't have a home anymore for SmackDown. And that's why I say Rey Mysterio, because I think he is such a big asset. He deserves to be on the A show. So that's he's going probably too long. That is my predictions for the World Cup. So I see Kurt Angle winning the World Cup. Then the tag team titles, the SmackDown tag team titles, the Bar with the Big Show against the New Day. I see the Bar and the Big Show retain. Nothing going down that much. It's a glorified house show, people. So no much title change. We're going to know that there's coming new champion, but I'll get later. That's for certain, but otherwise no. And it's probably also the only heel that will win the team, because they want to put over all the baby faces because it's promotional, as they say. Then the WWE Championship match. Put just a minute together. Respect to Daniel Bryan, respect to John Cena not going to Saudi Arabia. I totally support them. They won't go to Saudi Arabia as for the same reason as why we protest against the government. Just saying that. And John Cena, I think also it can damage his movie career because it's not very positive what's going down there. So the WWE Championship had to be rewritten on the Go Home show from SmackDown. Samoa Joe against AJ Styles. AJ Styles going over. He won also the other matches. I don't see that otherwise. Yes, I know it's a little bit burying of Samoa Joe. Apparently he is wrestling with an injury, so that's also one of the reasons I don't think they're going to put directly title on him for that. That are the rumors. Yeah, so I'll just leave it like that. Then the Brothers of Destruction versus DX. The first of Shawn Michaels, but I don't see The Undertaker actually lose 2 matches in a row. So I will go with the Brothers of Destruction. And then Triple H will take the pinfall. And then the match, I'm also not looking forward to this one, is for the Universal title, the vacant Universal title, Braun Strowman against Brock Lesnar. It's going to be a very quick match. And if I would book it, due to he's going to UFC also now doing fighting, to do some mainstream publicity, you can take the title along to UFC to promote WWE. Would not be a bad idea. Yes, I know nobody's favorite, but think about it, people. Everybody saying, I've never defended the title. Did you know that Brock Lesnar defended the title more than Hulk Hogan did when he was on his top level in the end of the 80s? Hulk Hogan defended twice per year and was never actually on the weekly shows, on the superstars of WWF Superstars at that time, what was called. He was never there. Neither on main event, neither on Saturday night's main event. Yeah, sometimes he do promo to show his muscles, and then he was gone again. He actually wrestled maybe on WrestleMania. There he defended the title. On SummerSlam he defended the title. Now, Survivor Series were always traditional Survivor Series matches those times. And the Royal Rumble, well, there you don't defend the title either. So that was it. No, 2 times a year you saw Hulk Hogan defending the title. And everybody was cheering him. He was over. So why accept that than Brock Lesnar? Not. It makes also more unique a good big thing if the title is not defended so much. Keep that in mind. So, and also you can do more publicity for the title. I can give more viewers and more new subscribers coming in. Just saying. That you also have to think about. And that is of course your money for WWE. So I will go with Brock Lesnar. I would like to see Braun Strowman. It's not that, but I think Braun Strowman he's starting to look a little bit like the Big Show, from heel to babyface to heel to babyface. It's getting a little bit, yeah, I've seen it. And I think Brock Lesnar also have a bigger value name than Braun Strowman, with all due respect to him. With all due, because I do like Braun Strowman a lot. I think he is over, but to mainstream audience, you think, who? That's the problem. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. These are my predictions for WWE Crown Jewel. We will do a review, and that will be at 9 o'clock Central European time, directly after Crown Jewel has finished airing. We'll talk about the matches we're going through. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it because I think still it's wrong from WWE to keep it in Saudi Arabia. I'm still for that it was moved to Manchester, for example, where the day after they were also taping. But that's my justification. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/DJ Sports Studio. Tweet with us. You can through that, of course, for every sport event. Always questions. We try to answer you always. Just send your tweet to @DJ Sports Studio. Just sport-related questions and the sports we do cover. Okay, don't come with cricket or golf. I'm sorry, we don't cover that. That's that simple. Anyway. Is there more to say? No, not really. I think I had it all. Anyway, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow evening for a review of Crown Jewel. Take care. Ciao.